Drafting with Numot. Another day, another dollar, another Modern Horizons draft. Okay, what is our rare? Aria of Flame, red and 2 enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent gains 10 life. And then whenever you cast an instant sorcery, put a verse counter on it, then it deals damage equal to the number of verse counters to target player. So, in order for this to net neutral, net even, you have to cast at least 4 instant sorceries after casting this. I do actually think this is a solid card, though. Best at home with flashback cards and like Kess, probably in a world of Grixis. I could just take like an Exclude or something, but let's try to have some fun and take the Aria of Flame here. Otherwise, Exclude, Savage Swipe are probably the 2 best cards, but this one has a lot of potential and a lot of fun we can do around it. Ooh, into a potential, Throes of Chaos. That's exactly what type of the card you're looking for. I think I'm going to take the Watcher for tomorrow and try to wheel the Throws, but this could be cute. Yeah, take the Watcher, wheel the Throws, and then try to still go off with the Aria of Flame, I think is the game plan. Let's have a little fun today. Uh-oh. Fun might have to be abandoned if we got a 3rd pick Cloud Shredder Sliver. That card is very, very good. I suppose I could stay on theme and still just take the Urza's Rage or the Sinkhole, but this is... If you get this Sliver, it is so powerful. It just ends games very, very quickly. I'm going to stay on plan now. I think the Aria is another super fun deck. So we'll take the Rage over the Sinkhole and see if we can continue down this route. But if this were like a normal draft, I would take the Sliver. But we're still going to get somewhat rewarded here, I suppose, as we pass another Tempered Sliver and a Lancer Sliver as well. But we have a Goblin War Party and a Spell Snuff. This isn't a snow permanent, is it? I was going to say I could take the Iceberg Canecrix and start doing some weird mill nonsense as well, but I think we'll just take the War Party here. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else to say. Twin Silk Spider, some other fine cards, but Goblin War Party is a fine card on its own, and again, it's an instant, rather it's a sorcery for the Aria. Okay, pick number 5. We have an Archmage's Charm. Pretty good card overall. The triple blue is obviously prohibitive, but you don't really need to cast this on turn 3, right? This is still a good card on turn 5 or 6 or whatever. Other good cards in this pack include Answered Prayers, Valiant Changeling, Winding Way, but I think I like taking the Archmage's Charm here and, again, sticking on theme with the Aria. See if we can go red-blue spells, which is not really a supported archetype in that sense. The red-blue archetype is known for what's called the Draw 2. Ooh, but we have some nice ones here for our Aria of Flame plan. Lava Dart, Sinkhole, and a Rain of Revelation. All very good choices. Lava Dart is 2 spells for the Aria. Sinkhole just a very solid removal spell, and of course, card draw, another thing that you would really enjoy having in this type of deck. I think Sinkhole might be a little bit better than the other 2 choices, but it's probably close. I would like to have all 3 of these cards by the end of the draft if possible, but let's take the Sinkhole for now and pick up those other pieces hopefully later. As we get a Prohibit, a Fists of Flame, Cyclops, and a Talisman of Conviction. I think I'm going to take the Fists of Flame here, and what I might end up doing is like the red-blue draw 2 card deck, just with an Aria in it for some late-game value. Secluded Step, we'll take the Quakefoot Cyclops now. There's a Bogarden Dragonheart, and a very light Winding Way, but so far, we have a very good start for the Draw 2 card deck, so not too upset with where we are as I take another Fists of Flame here. Could very easily dip out of blue, too, all things considered. But I really want to make this Aria a thing. Right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instants and sorceries for it. None of them have flashback, but I think this is a pretty good start to this deck. And again, we have the backup plan of just going red-blue for the Draw 2 deck, where we can pick up some Eye-Kites, some Spinehorn Minotaurs, and that type of thing, and really get tick-tocking. Okay, as expected / as hoped for, we wield the Throes of Chaos. Such a weird card. 4 mana, Cascade, and then it just has Retrace, so kind of cute, kind of unique, and certainly one that's going to go well with the Aria of Flame. Could have picked up a lot of Iceberg Cancrixes here as well, but don't think that that's the game plan. Although, if I had taken that other Cancrix over the Snow-Covered Mountain, I could probably prioritize the Snowlands and other snow cards pretty highly. I think this is fine, though. Gonna do some fun nonsense. So remember, you need to cast 4 instants and sorceries after the Aria to net even. Wow, that's a very late Valiant Changeling. But any point after the 4th, well, then you're dealing a ton of damage. So, auto picker there. Magic Online has this unfortunate thing going on right now where it like auto picks the last few cards, even if there are like 2 or 3 cards in the pack. And in a format like this, like missing out on a snow land could be very, very detrimental. So just a note if you're going to play, as you can see there, like it just auto-picked that Diabolic Edict. Something to note if you're going to draft this format. All right, we have a Mirrodin Besieged as our rare, which I don't think is too bad. Right, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then discard a card. The Mirrodin mode of this is basically irrelevant, but the Phyrexian mode on this is moderate to good. But for us here, we have a Bladeback Sliver, Magmatic Sinkhole number 2, and a String of Disappearances. Just going to go with the removal spell for now. And again, it's an instant or sorcery for the Aria of Flame, so a fine choice. Looking good so far. Goblin Matron, Chiller Pillar, but this is a pretty easy Spinehorn Minotaur. Again, our backup plan is to be the red-blue draw card deck, and with Fist of Flame, Spinehorn Minotaur becomes quite the powerhouse. Can often deal, 8 damage plus out of nowhere. So need to find more of these. Need to find some Eye-Kites, and just some more random instants and sorceries for the Aria. Could use some card draw. Reign of Revelation, like I passed earlier, would be good. But again, admittedly, I do not have to play blue. And right now the Archmage's Charm is very hard to cast. There could be a world where I'm like straight up mono red. I don't know if that's a thing in this format, or at least I've never seen it / I've never tried it myself, but well, I guess anything is possible if you set your mind to it. But that pretty much puts it to rest, as we have an Irophage here. Just a very good 4-drop. Obviously a 1/2 flyer for 4 is not ideal, but the ability, or the fact that it just gets +1/+1 whenever you draw a card, means it can get out of hand very quickly if your opponent just doesn't have an immediate removal spell. So happy to take that. And now pick up either String of Disappearances or maybe one of these cycling cards, the Windcaller Aven or whatnot. Right now the Moonblade Shinobi is not going to be doing too much work for us, so I guess I'd rather just have the bounce spell for now. Okay, Eye-Kite it is. There's a Reign of Revelation and a Spinehorn Minotaur as well. I guess this is actually a pretty close pick. Spinehorn might be better than Eye-Kite. Yeah, I guess I'll take Spinehorn here over Eye-Kite. Again, passing a lot of blue, but stay predominantly red for now. As we get a Smoke Shroud, which is not awful on the Spinehorn Minotaur, but I think just taking a Snow-Covered Mountain might prove a little bit more useful. Smoke Shroud doesn't look like it's going to be too good in this deck right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 instants and sorceries currently, and one of them has Retrace. I really want this Aria to work. I need more removal though. Like I do have the double Sinkhole, but a Lava Dart or 2 would be good. Firebolt would be amazing. What else? Pyrophobias. Just a very good 2-mana removal spell would be good. Ooh, hello. Alright, well, found another win con there. Thundering Djinn is excellent in this style of deck. Again, another card that can just do a ton of damage out of nowhere. As we pick up our third Spinehorn Minotaur. Now I'm kind of regretting not getting that Eye-Kite instead of the second one I have, but we're going to take it. It's just too much good synergy here, and even though Orcish Hellraiser is a perfectly fine 2-drop, I think the Minotaur having this much synergy in our deck is worth it. So right now, ways to draw extra cards. I have Cycling from Quakefoot, I have the Double Fists of Flame, I have the Archmage's Charm. So I need to find some more cyclers at this point. Like, I'm just going to start taking the Windcaller Avens as cyclers, Viashino Sand Sprinters as cyclers is not awful. And running that many cyclers in your deck is not bad, especially when you're trying to dig for like a individual card, or one of a few individual cards. Okay, another String of Disappearances is fine. Cards I currently want to cut. Hey, Goblin War Party is not stellar. Throes of Chaos is cute with the Aria, but not amazing. We'll take that Orcish Hellraiser, though. That was a good 2-drop pickup. Sideboard Goat Nap over Shenanigans. Color requirements are going to be a little bit weird in this deck, as not only does Archmage's Charm want triple blue, but oftentimes your String of Disappearances want triple blue, as you can bounce your own creature and then pay 2 blue to bounce theirs as well. We'll see, though. Again, I don't mind casting this card on like turn 5, turn 7, whatever. It's still going to be good then. As we pick up some last few pickups that aren't going to make the deck. I mean, I suppose in a pinch, the Goblin War Party is still 3 1/1s for 4 mana. And got some auto picks there. None of them making the deck. Okay, Silent Clearing are open. Yikes, this is not a good pack for us. I mean, I could just take Orcish Hellraiser first pick, as this is going to wheel anyways. The Kenkrixes are, that game plan is gone, and the Snow-Covered Island not really doing much for us, so we'll just take the Hellraiser. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of forcing this archetype. I guarantee you there was a better deck available to me, but this is just the route that I've decided to take because I wanted to try out this card. Get a nice Urza's Rage here. Passing Endling, which is just a busted, nice rare. Hard to kill, hard to deal with. There's a Mob in the pack, and some other good cards like Vespral Arc, Cycling Land, and Settle, but Urza's Rage is going to be the card for us. Probably not going to run the Shinobi. Doesn't combo enough. If I could just fill the last 3 cards with maybe Eye-Kites or other cycling cards, I think I would be pretty happy. Lightning Skelemental, that's a crazy good card. Crypt Rats, Webweaver Changing, Defile Mob. Holy moly, this pack is stacked. I don't think we're splashing the Lightning Skelemental. But then again, I could very easily just like ditch my blue cards and run the Skelemental and like the Edict. What am I taking otherwise? I guess I'm just taking a Quakefoot Cyclops here. I'm sticking to my guns. It's too late. Ooh, a Force of Virtue, another really good card. Take the Phantasmal Form here. It's good with the Minotaurs. Bizarre Trade Mage. Wow, it's a great pickup. 3 mana, 3/4. Draw 2, then discard 3 when it enters. That's just very, very good rate. As we pass a Spinehorn and another Windcaller Aven. Third String of Disappearances or a Cycling Rebuild. We're not going to play 3, so let's take the Cycler. Okay, Choking Tethers now, a Cycle. So we pass another Late Defile. Yeah, it looked like we could have been like red-black and had a very good deck. But I wanted to try something new. Okay, another Spinehorn's good. That's my 4th Spinehorn. I'm really going to be banking on those. And as such, I probably just want to get the Choking Tethers in as another way to cycle. Go down to 1 String of Disappearances, I think. And perhaps just cut this Archmage's Charm? Probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 instants and sorceries for Arya. I think that's probably good enough, right? I think I'm missing the good cyclers. The 1-mana cyclers are important, and I don't have any of them. I didn't see... I mean, I only saw like 1 or 2 Windcaller Avens, and I'm not even sure I saw more than 1 Viashino Sand Sprinter. These crazy Vesper Larks going super late too. Yeah, red-black or red-white would have been pretty good. But this is for science. And clearly science has never been wrong. God, super late Defile. Yikes. Yeah, this is some form of regret, certainly. I think our deck is fine, though. As long as these Spinehorn Minotaur don't die, we have the potential of just dealing a lot of damage out of nowhere. I'm wondering if I'm not even supposed to run like the... Wow, God, Force of Virtue coming this late too is so absurd. That just tells you how open white is. Like an Anthem effect? That shouldn't be going that late. One that can blow people out that much. Last few auto picks there. Okay, so how do we build this now that I've gone this route? Well, I actually think I want to cut a lot of the non-cycling cards, honestly. I think we want to just run in like the rebuilds as ways to cycle and give our Minotaurs their double strike. So I could, in theory, just cut these like Orcish Hellraisers and go with double rebuild, just as cycling effects. And I don't think that would be very bad. Cycling also improves our Thundering Jid and our Anirophages. This is still 24 cards, so I'd probably want to cut one more. I guess I would just cut one of the rebuilds. And this way, how many ways do I have to draw another card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not as many as I would like, but still a decent amount. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 instants and sorceries for the Arya. So we're going to give this a shot. Again, this was more of a forced draft just because I wanted to try out something new. This was clearly not the most open colors. In fact, if I cut the Archmage's Charm, I can probably run 10 and 7 and then just try to get the Throes of Chaos in instead. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go 10-7 in favor of red. Cut the Archmage's Charm because it's triple blue. That way I can get away and not feel too bad about it. Alright, I like it. Let's submit that. And let's go to round 1. Try it out. Here's round 1 of this Modern Horizons draft. We won the die roll. Let's go on the play. And I guess we'll keep it. Our curve doesn't really start until turn 4. I guess you can't really call it a curve. Also, I have 3 of my 7 islands, which is slightly awkward. Could already cast that Archmage's Charm that I left in the sideboard because of the lack of overall blue sources that I'm running, but oh well. Everything will be fine once I draw my turn 3 Spinehorn Minotaur. Opponent with the Imposter of the 6 Pride. Not having any Lava Darts or Fire Bolts does really suck, but hopefully it's not too bad. Also, drawing 2 lands to start things off is not ideal, as now we're just going to take a bit of damage from the Imposter. I probably lead with the Goblin War Party, just because it gives me 3 good blockers versus that Imposter instead of the Anirophage. Okay, looks like the opponent's probably on Slivers. If they were in my draft pod... Wow, 3 lands in a row. If the opponent was in my draft pod, then they might have that Cloud Thresher Sliver, which would be a very large problem for me. Lancer Sliver would also be kind of gross here. Cleaving Sliver, okay. Opponent's cards are all large. Thankfully, they do not attack very well into my goblins, so thankful for that. Man, you can. Wow, 4 lands in a row. Okay, that's just absurdity incoming. I'm gonna go ahead and jam the Oneirophage. Gonna leave myself open for a turn off of Sinkhole, but I'm so far behind since I've drawn 4 lands in a row that I think I just need to get greedy and hope that this sticks and that they can't kill it right now. That's absolutely disgusting, though. I think that's a pretty easy double block with goblins if they attack with the cleave. Alright, that was a great trade for us, and we still have 1 goblin left to trade away with either of those. Opponent passes as well. We did find a spell, thank God. And we'll go ahead and attack for 2. They're not holding up wing shards, so I think we're okay. There are a few turns there where if the opponent had played basically anything relevant, we would have had a problem, but fortunately for us, they did not. Enduring Sliver's not terrible. They can start outlasting on their 1 toughness creatures to get around my goblin. I mean, as it stands, though, if the opponent doesn't do anything to the Oneirophage, it's just going to take over. That is crazy amount of land flood here. Man, 5 lands drawn in 6 cards. Yikes. I should actually start holding onto lands, as I do have that Bizarre Trade Mage in the deck, so you know, draw 2, just discard 3 as our opponent continues to outlast. Looks like they might just go for the triple outlast turn. Okay. So now would be a good turn to draw Fists of Flame. Could potentially kill them if I do. String of Disappearances isn't awful. Go ahead and keep the pressure on. I'm going to go ahead and just hit him for 6 here and leave back the 1/1 to potentially chump. And let's see. Do I need to play this land? Yes, this is fine. Now I can Sinkhole if I want to, and then String of Disappearances my own creature, plus kick it. Or, I guess, pay the 2. Now, this does have Delve, so I could always delve away the string, but I think this should be okay. And good to chump here, take 3. Currently we have lethal if the opponent just plays 1 other creature. As I can string the Automaton end of turn. And then Sinkhole the 3/1. And I will draw a card, which makes our Oneirophage a 5/6. And that is lethal. Alright. Well, despite drawing a lot of land, fortunately for us, our opponent had no removal. And Oneirophage was basically just able to take over the game by itself. Kind of crazy. Based on what I saw, the String of Disappearances number 2 could be good. And these Orcish Hellraisers are honestly not bad versus Slivers as well. They just trade away early, but the only card I think I'm going to cut would be like the Throes of Chaos. Maybe running 1 Orcish Hellraiser is okay. I really want to go off with the Aria, though. Alright, stay tuned for Game 2. Okay, Game 2 of the first round of this Modern Horizon. We're on the draw. We have no blue sources this time, but I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand as we do have an Urza's Rage to deal with the opponent's first threat. And if we end up flooding out like we did in Game 1, this Bizarre Trade Mage is going to do a good job of filtering a lot of these lands out. as our opponent just cast a Winding Way, naming land. All right, and they got one land out of the deal. Cave of Temptation, that does fix for their red mana. Lancer, Bladeback, Marasa Behemoth. Okay. What do you have? Fix for red. Ah, they do have the Cloud Shredder. All right. So I think I might just Urza's Rage that immediately, depending on what I draw here. I guess because we have so many extra lands, the Trade Mage is not a terrible play, as it does do a good job of blocking. And discard 3 cards. Alright, so let's discard a Mountain, an Orcish Hellraiser, and another Mountain, I think. We want to keep one of our lands, and the Orcish Hellraiser, not a huge relevant creature. Okay, Lancer Sliver, first strike. Oh, do they? If they had Savage Swipe, that would have been bad. If they attack, that means they have an Elvish Fury. Another Mountain. Go ahead and attack. Put them to 17. I don't think they're blocking. And then I think we're just going to run out the 2/3. I might take a lot of damage next turn. If they go land plus the +2/+0 sliver, I'm going to be ending up taking like 11 damage. But again, with the Spinehorn Minotaur and Fists of Flame, you can one-shot people out of basically nowhere. Ooh, a Tempered Sliver. Okay, that's very good. So they can attack with all, and all of their creatures are going to get bigger. Okay. So I can hit him for like 13 next turn. I think we'll just attack for 5 here, and then Urza's Rage their flyer. See if they have the Bone Sliver or whatever it's called. They do the Cleaving Sliver. Alright, so let's just Rage the hasty one. Take 10. And then what I'm going to do is Choking Tethers, tap down their Sliver, but I'm going to do it on my turn. And then Fists of Flame, so we hit them for 13. Because you draw 1 card for your turn. I draw 1 card for the cycling of the Choking Tethers. And then I draw another, which will be the 3rd, so it gives our Minotaur +3/+0. And 5 times 2 plus 3 is 13 damage. Easy peasy, turn 6, gotcha. Good sliver deck from the opponent, or at least they had a lot of good slivers. But we decided to race, and it worked out in our favor. So let's go to round 2. Round 2. Fight on the play. Got a good hand. No blue mana, but double Spinehorn and a Fists of Flame are all you really need. But one time drawing that island off the top would be ideal. Just another Mountain, though. So you want to combine Fists of Flame with some other card draw, if you can, before going all in on Spiny. Just because, I mean, while it is good, if you can, like every card you draw is so much additional damage. Opponent on blue-green, which is normally the Snow archetype. No plays still yet from them, as we just draw some more uncastables. We'll go to combat, see what they do here. Maybe they're going to Choking Tethers before I attack. Nice fellow. Alright, let's see if they have an exclude. They do not. Tusker? It is indeed a Tusker. Alright. I might honestly just cycle the Fists of Flame next turn to hopefully dig for like a blue source or something. Snow-covered swamp is the get. I'm probably going to draw like Aria of Flame next turn and just have it be terrible. Do you have an Abomination, perhaps? No, just a Chiller. Okay. That's no big deal. Man, another mountain. Alright, we'll go to combat. If they block, I just fists. Oh, no blocks. Blocks. Come on, island. Yes, we did it. Alright, so we're going to deal first strike, then regular. And now we get to play Watcher. And honestly, that tempo might just be good enough to win the game. Oh, look at all those hits. I actually think the correct hit is Quakefoot Cyclops. And the reason is, what I can do is String of Disappearance my Watcher, get the Cyclops into my hand, cycle the Cyclops, make one creature unable to block, which will also trigger the double strike on the Minotaurs. As they have a Winter's Rest, that's fine. Maybe a double Winter's Rest? Okay. If this is their play, then I'll just attack them for 2 and bounce one of my Minotaurs. Ooh! One of the most busted cards in this format. Hex Drinker. Yikes. Alright, let's just go to attacks. And play this out. And I'm just going to pass. If they start leveling up their Hex Drinker, I think I'll string it instead. Hoping they tap one of their blue sources to do so, though. No, they have a Rot Widow pack. Okay. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Regrowth, their Krosan Tusker. Alright. Let's see. So if I string end of turn, I don't think that does too much. It does unlock my blue source, though. But I think I'm going to wait and see what I draw for turn. Just another island. They got their Tusker back to their hand. Alright, well, let's bounce our Watcher now then. Get the Cyclops. Cycle. Make it so their Rot Widow can't block this turn. Give our Spinehorn Minotaur double strike. And hit an Anerophage. Alright. I don't think they're going to chump here with their Hex Drinker. It doesn't make much. Well, no, I guess this doesn't trample, so it does make sense. Never mind. They could definitely chump here with the Hex Drinker if they wanted to. As again, without the trample, it does make a little bit of sense. But instead, they'll go to 3, and I do have 2 Urza's Rage in this deck, so that would not be a bad hit. Urza's Rage is also uncounterable, for those who remember. Arkham's Astrolabe, yes. Are they going to just pass? Alright, looks like they're holding up the ability of Rot Widow pack if they're just passing here. That is the least scary Hex Drinker I've ever seen. Okay, that is not in Urza's Rage. Urza's Rage? Let's take the Quakefoot Cyclops. Aria of Flame. Not today. Alright, so if they use the Rot Widow, I'm going to lose 2 life. They get another 1/2. Reach creature. They still have Krosan Tusker in hand. That means we're just that much closer to an Urza's Rage. Looks like they're going to start leveling up their Hexy. So at level 3 through 7 it has protection from instants, and then at level 8 it has protection from gosh darn everything. So yeah. Quite the card there. I think this is one of the biggest groan tests, because if you just don't kill it, unless you've pressured the opponent like I have this much, it's just so hard to deal with. Oh, does that win? That does win. I make both of these flyers. And now I have 3 3-power flyers, and they have 2 creatures that can walk. GG. Alright, Phantasmal Form. Not bad there. And again, the reason I'm running Rebuild in this deck, if you're wondering, is just for the cycling, so that I can trigger the draw 2. Okay. Another match where String of Disappearances could be good. Man, I really want this Aria to be good. But I think I'm supposed to cut it and probably the Throes of Chaos and just run a bounce and Hellraiser or something. I'm going to leave the Aria in the main deck for round 3, regardless of if we win or lose here. But sometimes you got to put winning over fun, and Aria is certainly just one of those fun cards. Not a great opening 7, but it's one of those hands where I don't think you're supposed to mulligan. It's just, it feels so bad if, well, for one, if you start drawing extra lands like that. Yeah. Okay, no snow lands from the opponent yet, so any Astrolabes are going to be stuck in their hand. Because I drew the Spinehorn here, I'm going to wait a turn before playing the Hellraiser. Otherwise, I'd have to pay Echo, and I'd rather get the 3-drop down than this 2-drop anyways. Spinehorn, better card. No reason to play around counter. They could have an exclude here, obviously, but more than likely they're just going to Tusker cycle and get a land, would be my thought. Yep. So far we've drawn 2 lands and 1 spell. Need to find some more cantrips. Frostwalla is a 4/4, potentially. Ooh, I actually should have played an island last turn. That was another good draw. The reason I should have played an island last turn was just in case I wanted to use String of Disappearances on my creature and then copy it. Genesis, not bad. Alright, now would be a good turn to draw a cycling effect. Because I think I'm going to go for a tempo play here, bounce their Genesis. Come on, card draw. Dang it. Well, in theory, this could have been a lot of damage this turn. And now what they get to do next turn is play Genesis and hold up Frostwalla, pump, so... Boo. Boo the land draws. Always seems to happen, though, when you keep a 5-lander. Alright, what do we want to draw? We want to draw... Quakefoot Cyclops. And we'll just hardcast it. Or, yeah, something to that effect. Pay the 1 for Echo. Fists of Flame. Okay. Alright. I could main phase that. And try to go off. Huh. Or I can just pass here, which I think I'm going to do, and wait until I draw some more card draw effects. Now the downside of this is that if they have removal, I start losing my Minotaur values. No blocks here. They can hit me for 4 or 2. They might just hard... Oh no! The Hex Drinker again! This game, the Hex Drinker might get me pretty good. And they're leaving up 3 mana. Well, it's got Pro Instance now, so that's too bad. I guess I'm going to Sinkhole their Genesis. And then go for an all-out attack. And just cast Fist of Flame on whatever one Hex Drinker blocks, if it blocks. I'm a little bit concerned about the 3 held up mana, though. I think if it was Spell Snuff, they would have countered the kill on the Genesis, perhaps. So hopefully it's... Hopefully, question mark, it's an Exude. Or Exclude, and they can't counter my Fists. Because if they have any interaction this turn in response to Fists, I think we just die immediately. So let's hope that doesn't work for them. All right, going for it. Nothing? Yeah, we did it. Wow. And we drew another cycling card for next turn. Amazing. Wonder what they were holding up then. I'm going to guess it was an Exclude. I mean, maybe one of the lands was for the Frostwalla, but that was very good for us. Because now we have them at 3 because of the Hellraiser, which automatically does 2 when it dies. And again, we're in that position where I have 2 Urza's Rage in my deck. So let's just level up they're going to level this up to 3 and then hold up a pump for the Frostwalla. Oh, okay, maybe not. I'm still confused as to what they're holding open. I guess maybe the Frostwalk Bastion? I'm going to cycle this main phase because we might hit like a giant or something to cycle. Or that. So currently this is a trade. They just pump. This is a trade, and so they have to chump here unless they have something else. Alright, Frostwalla has been pumped. Ah, they have a mob. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I have a few turns to find my one of 2 Urza's Rages. And yeah. That's our out. Okay, they did not return with Genesis this turn. Level up the Hexy, yes. On to 2, yes. This card is so broken. It would make so much more sense if it had like a green level up requirement, but the colorless requirement just makes it so sickening to, play against. I like it. I think they're going to just go all in and maybe try to put me on a 3-turn clock. Cards I'm looking for. One of 2 Urza's Rages and Bazaar Trader. Again, the opponent's been holding up some mana, so I'm not quite sure what they have. I like it though. All in. 6/6 protection from everything. Baby Progenitus. Off the top, give me the goods. Great. I love it. I love that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 land, 6, 7 spells. So I kept a 2 spell. So I've drawn 5 spells and 6 land. I guess that's not the worst ratio possible. It's just super awkward. Got 1 draw step. Urza's Rage. Where are you? Save the day. They can't counter it either. Urza's Rage. Urza's Rage. Urza's Rage. Come on, baby. No, not a Nyrophage. Urza's Rage. Truly never lucky. Oh, I guess Goblin War Party would have won too on some of those turns. Yeah, let's just run it back and try to draw fewer lands, I guess. Oakley dokley, game 3. Let's go on the play. Oh no. Another one of these hands that's a very, very sad keep. Obviously, no threats, but a good ratio of lands to spells. Oh, stop it! Please! Turn 1 Hex Drinker. If we just lose to that, I'm going to be very, very sad. I might have to cycle Fists of Flame and go for an early Magmatic Sinkhole, but all I need to do is level it up once. So I guess that's not even a possibility anymore. Oh! Right on time. I needed you last game, but I'm going to accept you today, Mr. Urza's Rage. I would have much preferred you in the previous game, but today you are a hero. And now we draw some creatures, right? Boom! Sigh. What do you got now? Trumpeting Herd. I don't think I'm supposed to cycle Phantasmal Form. It's a good draw. All right. Hopefully this Spinehorn Minotaur can go the distance. Gonna take 3 here. What's my best draw? A second Spinehorn, maybe? If they don't just have a Winter's Rest or something. Chiller Pillar, okay. Oh, we did draw another Spinehorn. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can I hit them for 20 next turn? Let's see. Play Spinehorn, pass. Next turn, I Phantasmal Form into Fists of Flame. This will be a draw 3. This will be 6, 12. I think I can hit him for 18 next turn. Oh no. So I think I'm supposed to attack and hope that they don't block, in all honesty. That or they double block. You were not supposed to block here. Alright, well, we do have another Fists of Flame in our deck, so I'm going to make this trade. So I can still hit him for 12 next turn, which isn't bad. Maybe they just level up their Chiller Pillar this turn. Alright, I take it back. We are back to being dead. Take 6, leave up their Frostwalk Bastion. Okay. Follow-up play. Yeah, Rot Widow pack. Darn it. Okay. That might prove good enough, question mark. So I think I attack for 2 here. If they block, I Phantasmal Form. Let's see, if I Phantasmal Form right now, I hit him for 6, put him to 9. Let's see, or I could just hit him for 2. Wait, let's hit him for 2. Cast War Party. And be able to Sinkhole or Phantasmal Form. Alright, they're shipping the team. So let's see, 6, 12, 6, 9, 10, 11. Go for a triple block and a blowout if they try to pump, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the Spinehorn Minotaur last turn. Okay, I'm going to take 5. Let this trade happen. See what they play post-combat, I guess. If anything. Ah, another Winter's Rest. Well, might not have been able to beat that anyways. Darn it. Now they can eat one of their creatures, ping me for 2, put me to 1. Sorry, put me to 2, and then just have a multiple lethal creatures. That's too bad. Really needed them to not block that one turn with the 3/3. Because they can just activate Bastion to kill me now. Oh well. Flooded out game 2 after keeping a 5-lander, and then kind of kept a sketchy hand here where I didn't have many threats, and the threats I did draw just got GG'd. Darn it! Alright, well, let's go to game 3. Sorry, round 3. Alright, final round here, round number 3. We are on the draw, and we're going to go ahead and keep this hand. We're on the draw, so we have 3 looks at a land for Spinehorn Minotaur. Any blue source would be amazing, but as long as we draw a land in the first 3 draw steps, we should be okay. Opponent cycles Aven turn 1. And conveniently, we did draw an island. White-blue is like the Blink deck. Normally. Who knows what they're actually playing. We'll just pass here. Smoke Shroud. Okay. Hit me for 2. Don't really think I care about that. And they missed a land drop. It's no good for them. Let's resolve our old spiny boy. Attacking for 2 is good. Not bad. Ninjutsu in the Shinobi. Land for us. Let's just go to attacks. Alright, they are going to chump. And I'm just going to... Oh. What was I going to say? I'm going to go ahead and just string their creature right now. Before they can untap with double blue. If they just recast the Shinobi, they get to auto-equip the Smoke Shroud to it, but they need to draw a land for that first. So it looks like they might just go the gameplay of Ninjutsu again. I'm going to attack for 2 and just pass. Throes of Chaos. I really want the Aria to work, but still got to try to win the game. So if they attack in Ninjutsu, I will simply Sinkhole their Ikite. Sorry, Sinkhole their Moonblade if they Shinobi it out, or Ninjutsu it out. Pretty big tempo swing here. Alright, let's draw our card for the turn. It's an Urza's Rage. I'm just going to go for that Throes of Chaos. Nice. Alright, well, hitting another Spinehorn can't be bad. Can I possibly go for the kill next turn? I think so, right? Phantasmal Form plus Fists of Flame. It's a Calm Cool collected 18 damage, I believe. Let's see, Phantasmal Form is already 3, 6, 12, and then Fists of Flame is another, yeah. So I think we kill them next turn. Oh, wait, no, the Smoke Shroud's going to actually equip onto one of their dudes. So we don't kill them next turn? It's close, though. I don't want their cohort to be able to block. Or sorry, their changeling to be able to block, so let's go like this. Wow, I could just Sinkhole if I wanted to hit them for 12, but I think they're going to block. Or not. And we kill them. That is 18 damage, like we calculated. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Yes. All right. All right, this is the game. This is our last chance. Well, one of our last chances here at getting the Aria of Flame, casting spells, and killing them. Can we do it? Good news for everybody at home. I have Aria of Flame in my opening hand, and I have the Throes of Chaos. It is time! Don't try this at home. Or maybe do. Need to find a few lands here, so I might have to cycle this Choking Tethers next turn. Okay, we did find one land. Excellent. Question is, do I cycle Choking Tethers now? Depends if the opponent doesn't. If they don't do anything here like this, I am not going to cycle. I'm going to get greedy. And then we just slam the Aria. Let's go, baby! You get 10 life. A regular cohort there played. Sure. Alright, we found the land. Could just Throes of Chaos right now. Yeah, why not? Going full meme, so it's the worst that happens. Oh no! I hit a Fists of Flame. Well, I guess that's not that bad. It hit another spell, and it's going to draw me a card. Alright. 2 more spells and we're neutral on the Aria. I hope they don't ninjutsu in something silly. No attacks? What? That had to be a misclick. Unless they're convoking something. No, maybe it was just a misclick. Okay, another land here for me is good. Let's just rage the shinobi right now. Alright, one more spell and we're neutral. Choking Tethers is going to buy me a lot of time, I think. I'm debating whether or not I want to cycle this rebuild or just cast it as a deal X damage. Looks like they have another ninjutsu here. Ah, pretty good. They get to draw 2 cards off of this. Okay, I think the answer is I'm going to cycle the rebuild. Gets another card in my graveyard for a sinkhole. Also digs for some more land, potentially. As they pass the turn. Oh, not meaning to cast that. Let's just cycle it. Okay, so I could retrace Throes of Chaos here if I wanted to. Honestly, I think I'm going to. Hopefully we cascade into another spell. Oh, just a Watcher. Hideaway. Nice, find that String of Disappearance. Awesome. Alright, and our Arya Flame is now break even. We have dealt 10 damage to the opponent. Oh my gosh, they have a Force of Virtue. Okay. Play the land out, and then I'm going to sinkhole their Infiltrator. Then deal 5 damage to them. Yeah, I think we're doing it. Exile everything but the Throes of Chaos in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deal 5 to them now. It took a bit of work, but our Arya Flame is now a successful Lava Axe. What do they have? Stirring Address! Oh no! Okay, so I'm going to take 8, and they get to draw 2 cards? Well, that's not good. Into an eye kite. Alright. So, do I win if I attack with Watcher? Oh, I can also Throes of Chaos, but I think I attack with the Watcher. Because if they don't block, that's really good for me. If they do block, that's really good for me as well. Like, them going to 12 means 2 spells kill them. So, that will do. We get to now String of Disappearance the token. Oh wait, that doesn't kill them. I was wrong. Why did I think I killed them? I put them to 1 here. Oh, okay, never mind. So we pass, upkeep, cast Choking Tethers, put them to 1, and then we get to retrace our Throes of Chaos next turn to deal them 8. We did it! It only took the final game of the final round, but it looks like we might successfully Arya of Flame somebody. I'm still sad that we lost second round, though. I think there was a way I could have played that better in the last game. Like, we flooded out in game 2, but obviously I kept a sketchy hand, so that is a risk that can happen. But in game 3, I think I had a better opportunity. Anyways, that was sweet. This was kind of like a hybrid deck in this format, as usually red-blue is all about the card draw, but I didn't really have all the cycling that you want, you know? And so I ended up some like hybrid draw cards, Aria of Flame deck, and I'm glad it got to work in the last round, but this was a forced draft, remember. I first picked the Aria. There were definitely better colors to draft, so just keep that in mind when you're watching this. This was more of a test than anything else. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out all of the other content here on the MTGO Traders channel. And of course, you can watch me, twitch.tv/NumottheNummy. We'll see you next time.